Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In case you didn't know, I bought an iPad, I think it was in December, and I've loved using it for any type of calligraphy or lettering. And so I've also been using it to take some notes for my college classes. So what I do is, I had already started notebooks for the semester, so I didn't want to switch the type of notes I was writing halfway through the school year. That just didn't make sense for me. So what I do is I take normal notes in composition books and notebooks, and then at the end of each week I do a summary, and I use the app Notability. I do a summary and Notability of everything I've learned throughout the week. So basically that is my study guide for when I study for tests and quizzes. I'm going to show you kind of how I use it. I still have so much to learn. I've only been using this for a couple weeks, but I really enjoy it. I'm not going to show you like the notes for one of my normal classes because I think that's going to be really boring, but I am going to use an example of like everything I love about spring because it's springtime even though it's snowing outside right now. Can't tell you why, but I'm going to do like an everything I love about spring and show you how I structure my notes, the different like sizes, lettering, stuff like that I use that I really enjoy. So I hope you enjoy the video.
Hi everyone, I'm recording this voice memo so that it's easier for you guys to follow. I opened my Notability app. I'm just showing you all of the notes that I have for all of my classes. Then I show you that this is my spring 2021 folder. It has all of my classes in it separated into notes. I make a new divider for the seasons divider that I'm going to make. This is what it looks like to write with my Apple Pencil, and then it automatically converts it to text. Next, I make a subject. I first make the name of the subject, which is going to be spring because I'm making a note all about what I love about spring. Next, I can drag it and put it into the seasons folder. And if I wanted to make, one for each of the seasons, I could do that as well. Next, I click into the note and I edit the title of it. That is what it looks like, again, to write with my Apple Pencil. Next, I click the three dots and make it lined paper. I much prefer this because it feels that I am writing on an actual sheet of paper. I go to the highlighter, I click the size and the type of brush I want. I wanted to pick a springy color, so I went with a light lavender color. I always do the titles of my notes in a brush font. I usually do a highlighter underneath, and then you'll see me do the pencil on top. I just sped this up because I figured you guys didn't want to watch me write the whole title out in real time. So this is what it looks like when it's done. Next, I went in with the lettering pen. So I just usually choose black just as a plain color. I do that on top of the highlighter. And again, I'm going to speed it up for you because it would be boring if you just sat there and watched. So this is what the title looks like at the end. Next, I'm going to click the little lasso tool. I can select all the text and move it over just so it's more centered. Next, I wanted to split it up into two categories. So usually when I do notes, I split it up into like class notes and then lecture notes. Sometimes I'll do, if we had to watch a video, read an article that week, I'll do those in sections as well. So I wanted to do outside activities and inside activities. First I wrote outside. I made a box. I just hold down at the end after I make the square, and it will make it into straight lines. I used the highlighter tool to highlight the box, and then I erased the extra parts that were on the outside. This is what it looks like all zoomed out. It's obviously a lot smaller than the title is. Next, I went in and did the inside, the exact same thing I had just done with the pen, highlighter, and eraser. So next, I was going to start writing notes for the outside category. So I usually do a dash for the more broad notes that I have. Now, normally I would write out whole sentences when I'm doing school notes instead of just flowers, but for the time being, this is what I was doing for my spring notes. So I do a dash usually for the main points, and then any details underneath that or lists, I do bullet points. So you'll see the tulips and roses were two categories underneath flowers that were more specific, so I did those in bullet points. Next, I did picnic, and I often do arrows leading from the main note if I want to add a small detail about that note. So, for example, picnic. I can be more specific about where I would want to do it, what I would want to bring. So for this, I just wrote in a field or park with flowers, obviously. Next, I go in and write bike ride. So for bike ride, I'm kind of thinking the same thing as flowers. When I did flowers, I got more specific. So bike rides, I could write on a trail or sidewalk. I sped it up just because I wrote a lot. Next, I was moving to the inside category. And so I wrote spring cleaning. You guys know I love to clean. This is just a general thing of what I do for my notes. I know this is very simple and easy to follow, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of the structure I follow and how it is easiest for me to study and to remember. So again, I start out with the more general category and I move into, clothes, drawers, windows, all the things that I would like to spring clean. Next, I moved into new decor. So in new decor, I write blankets. Now, I'm going to show you guys I could make more specific for blankets and say I want, one spring blanket, one Easter blanket. This is putting a detail on the detail of the new decor. And so it's really up to you guys. Sometimes I like to put large boxes with a very specific detail that I have. It all just depends. And then I wrote boards and candles. Next, I'm going to insert a picture from my photo library I took and resize it. So this is what it turned out to be at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, I usually have a lot more details on it, but I will catch you guys in the next video.